MCQs. Topic: Central Dogma of Molecular Biology. Part 2. 1. Who proposed the Central Dogma of Molecular Biology, CDMB? A. James Watson. B. Francis Crick. C. Rosalind Franklin. D. Oswald Avery. Correct answer, B. Francis Crick. Explanation: Francis Crick proposed CDMB in 1958 and refined it in 1970 to explain the flow of genetic information. 2. What is the correct sequence of information flow in CDMB? A. Protein rightward arrow RNA rightward arrow DNA. B. DNA rightward arrow RNA rightward arrow protein. C. RNA rightward arrow DNA rightward arrow protein. D. DNA rightward arrow protein rightward arrow RNA. Correct answer, B. DNA rightward arrow RNA rightward arrow protein. Explanation: the classic central dogma states DNA is transcribed into RNA, which is translated into protein. 3. Which enzyme is responsible for DNA replication? A. RNA polymerase. B. DNA polymerase. C. Reverse transcriptase. D. Ligase. Correct answer, B. DNA polymerase. Explanation: DNA polymerase catalyzes the synthesis of a new DNA strand during replication. 4. Transcription is the process of converting A. DNA rightward arrow DNA. B. DNA rightward arrow RNA. C. RNA rightward arrow protein. D. RNA rightward arrow DNA. Correct answer, B. DNA rightward arrow RNA. Explanation: transcription produces RNA, especially mRNA, using DNA as a template. 5. Translation occurs in which cellular structure? A. Nucleus. B. Golgi apparatus. C. Ribosome. D. Mitochondria. Correct answer, C. Ribosome. Explanation: translation of mRNA into protein occurs at ribosomes, with the help of tRNA and rRNA. 6. Which enzyme transcribes DNA into RNA? A. DNA ligase. B. RNA polymerase. C. Reverse transcriptase. D. Topoisomerase. Correct answer, B. RNA polymerase. Explanation: RNA polymerase synthesizes RNA from DNA during transcription. 7. Which of the following is an exception to CDMB? A. DNA replication. B. Reverse transcription. C. Transcription. D. Translation. Correct answer, B. Reverse transcription. Explanation: reverse transcription, RNA rightward arrow DNA, in retroviruses violates the classic dogma. 8. Which virus uses reverse transcriptase? A. Influenza virus. B. HIV. C. Hepatitis A virus. D. Polio virus. Correct answer, B. HIV. Explanation: HIV is a retrovirus that uses reverse transcriptase to convert RNA rightward arrow DNA. 9. Which type of RNA carries amino acids to ribosomes during translation? A. mRNA. B. rRNA. C. tRNA. D. mRNA. Correct answer, C. tRNA. Explanation: transfer RNA, tRNA, delivers specific amino acids to ribosomes for protein synthesis. 10. Which type of RNA forms the catalytic part of ribosomes? A. mRNA. B. rRNA. C. tRNA. D. snRNA. Correct answer, B. rRNA. Explanation, ribosomal RNA, rRNA, provides structural and catalytic functions in ribosomes. 11. Which process is not part of the classic CDMB? A. DNA replication. B. DNA transcription. C. RNA translation. D. RNA replication. Correct answer, D. RNA replication. Explanation, RNA rightward arrow RNA is not part of the original CDMB, but exists in RNA viruses. 12. Which statement is true about prions? A. They contain RNA. B. They are infectious proteins. C. They need DNA for replication. D. They are viruses. Correct answer, B. They are infectious proteins. Explanation, prions are misfolded proteins that can induce misfolding in normal proteins, example mad cow disease. 13. Which is the central dogma's main importance? A. Explains protein folding. B. Explains flow of genetic information. C. Explains ATP synthesis. D. Explains photosynthesis. Correct answer, B. Explains flow of genetic information. Explanation, CDMB explains how genetic information in DNA results in proteins. 14. Which RNA is not translated into proteins? A. mRNA. B. rRNA. C. tRNA. D. Both B and C. Correct answer, D. Both B and C. Explanation, tRNA and rRNA are functional RNAs, not translated into proteins. 15. The enzyme that synthesizes DNA from RNA is A. RNA polymerase. B. DNA polymerase. C. Reverse transcriptase. D. Helicase. Correct answer, C. Reverse transcriptase. Explanation, reverse transcriptase synthesizes DNA using RNA as a template, retroviruses. 16. Which of the following violates the one gene one protein idea? A. Alternative splicing. B. Translation. C. Replication. D. Transcription. Correct answer, A. Alternative splicing. Explanation, one gene can produce multiple proteins due to alternative splicing of mRNA. 17. Which exception allows RNA viruses like SARS-CoV-2 to replicate? A. RNA rightward arrow DNA. B. RNA rightward arrow RNA. C. Protein rightward arrow protein. D. DNA rightward arrow protein. Correct answer, B. RNA rightward arrow RNA. Explanation, RNA-dependent RNA polymerase helps RNA viruses replicate their RNA genome. 18. Which statement is false about CDMB? A. It explains the flow of genetic information. B. It applies to all biological systems without exception. C. It was proposed by Francis Crick. D. Exceptions include reverse transcription. Correct answer, B. It applies to all biological systems without exception. Explanation, exceptions exist, reverse transcription, prions, RNA viruses. 19. Which best describes replication? A. DNA rightward arrow RNA. B. RNA rightward arrow DNA. C. DNA rightward arrow DNA. D. RNA rightward arrow protein. Correct answer, C. DNA rightward arrow DNA. Explanation, replication copies DNA to ensure genetic continuity. 20. Which is an example of a protein-only infectious agent? A. virus. B. Viroid. C. Prion. D. Bacteriophage. Correct answer, C. Prion. Explanation: prions are proteins that propagate by misfolding existing proteins. 21. Which of the following is a correct modern expansion of cDMB? A. DNA rightward arrow RNA rightward arrow protein only. B. RNA left right arrow RNA, RNA rightward arrow DNA, protein rightward arrow protein also possible. C. Protein rightward arrow DNA. D. RNA rightward arrow ADP. Correct answer, B. RNA left right arrow RNA, RNA rightward arrow DNA, protein rightward arrow protein also possible. Explanation: modern cDMB accounts for exceptions. 22. Which virus has RNA genome and does not use DNA in its life cycle? A. HIV. B. Poliovirus. C. Hepatitis B virus. D. Retrovirus. Correct answer, B. Poliovirus. Explanation: poliovirus is an RNA virus that directly uses RNA for replication. 23. Which RNA interference molecule regulates gene expression post-transcriptionally? A. mRNA. B. siRNA. C. tRNA. D. rRNA. Correct answer, B. siRNA. Explanation: small interfering RNAs, siRNA, silence gene expression. 24. Which step is considered the expression stage of cDMB? A. Replication. B. Transcription. C. Translation. D. DNA repair. Correct answer, C. Translation. Explanation: translation converts genetic information into functional proteins. 25. Which of the following best summarizes cDMB exceptions? A. Only DNA rightward arrow RNA rightward arrow protein exists. B. Information can also flow RNA rightward arrow DNA, RNA rightward arrow RNA, and protein rightward arrow protein. C. Proteins make DNA directly. D. RNA rightward arrow DNA occurs in all organisms. Correct answer, B. Information can also flow RNA rightward arrow DNA, RNA rightward arrow RNA, and protein rightward arrow protein. Explanation: modern cDMB includes these exceptions beyond the classic model. Thanks for watching.